Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight for our Friday Puja and Satsang. Tonight I'll be sharing with you the Sunrays of Compassion, Chod guided healing meditation for the healing of personal and collective shadow material. This originally was a live broadcast that cut off early after having some difficulty launching the broadcast. And so I am reshooting tonight's presentation, and I'll be deleting what may have come through on the original broadcast. So my apologies for these technical problems. And I hope that you enjoy tonight's practice. To say a little bit about what I'll be sharing with you, I'd like to start with a quick little disclaimer. This presentation is for educational purposes only and does not claim to diagnose, prevent, or cure any diseases or disorders. The advice and methods in this presentation should not be construed as financial, medical, or psychological advice or treatment. Please seek advice from a professional if you have a serious issue. And if a Chod session doesn't feel right to you, please do not perform it. The meditation contains imagery that some may find disturbing. Discretion is advised, and by watching and or participating in this presentation, you understand that results are not guaranteed. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, Tridevi Chamunda Mandir, and YouTube cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred from the practices and meditations contained in this video. So tonight is an adaptation of a traditional Tibetan Chod practice dedicated to the Divine Mother, known as the Black Dakini Tramanagmo, the most wrathful form of Vajrayogini. And this will be offered as a sound healing meditation for the healing of body, mind, and spirit, both on a personal and collective level. Chod is a traditional meditation practice within Tibetan Buddhism. Chod means to cut or to sever the ego and attachments. This practice allows one to release oneself from the negative effects of ego attachments. Culturally, we are conditioned to fear, fight, and or repress the shadow side of our psyche. In this guided meditation practice, the participant transforms the personal and collective shadow by symbolically offering it his or her body. Today I'll be sharing a traditional, concise Chod meditation, which will be sung in both English and its original Tibetan language. It will also be accompanied by traditional instruments, which will include the damaru drum, the thigh-bone trumpet, and the shang bell. In preparing this meditation, I've simplified some of the traditional terminology, and I've added some guided meditation sections in order to make the practice easier to follow, especially for non-Buddhists. In this practice, personal and collective issues such as insecurities, fears, anxieties, unhealthy patterns, addictions, indecisiveness, depression, and physical maladies are personified as one's inner and outer demons. The goal of this practice is to transform and redirect these energies, not by trying to repress, fight, or destroy them, but by honoring them, by giving them what they most desire, ourselves. Chod dates back to Tibet. In the 12th century, it was developed by the female guru Macha Globdron and adapted through the centuries by many others. I've been doing variations of this practice for 4 years and found them to be very effective both for myself and the others whom I've shared this practice with. I've been learning several traditional Chod practices dedicated to both the goddess Vajrayogini and her most wrathful form, Tramanagmo, who we'll be honoring tonight. Today's traditional Chod practice is based on the Sunrays of compassion. A script for this practice was included in the materials provided for an online course in the Utok Nintik Chod practice offered, which I shared with you last month. And the course is offered by the Soa Rigpa Institute and taught by Eric Jampa Anderson. Both practices are beautiful in their simplicity, and they're easy to learn. The course itself is only $150, and I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to learn a traditional Chod practice for yourself. And the course contains a tremendous amount of information on the history, philosophies, and applications of Chod practice, and it's definitely worth the investment. This course also discusses ways in which Chod can be used for healing. Tonight's practice will take place in the following stages. I'm going to invite you to lay down in Shavasana, close your eyes and breathe deeply. There's nothing else for you to do. Just open your receptivity and allow the words, chants, and melodies to guide your consciousness to where it needs to be at this time. Each section will be sung in its traditional Tibetan language, then repeated in English, accompanied by the traditional instruments. This way you have the opportunity to experience the energies of the original language, the instrumentation, and its meaning in English to aid in visualization. I'll be using one traditional Chod melody which was taught in the West by the modern late Chopa Lama Vangdu. The first sections are the refuge, which is the calling of divine forces, and the bodhicitta, establishing an intention to cultivate divine enlightened consciousness for the purpose of relieving the sufferings of yourself and all sentient beings. We'll be focusing on healing a personal issue in tonight's meditation, but in Tantra, everything is connected, and so in healing ourselves, we will also be healing the collective. There's a short third section that I'll be sharing as well called the Four Immeasurables, which helps in establishing the intentions of this practice toward collective healing as well. The main practice is illusion or body offering, and it begins with a visualization called the Poa, in which we will eject our consciousness outward in the form of the goddess Tromanagmo, whom you see in our painting on your screen. We imagine her slicing off the tops of our skulls. She's standing over our lifeless corpses when she does this. And she uses the tops of our skulls as her cauldrons, into which she places pieces of our bodies. The skull cup is placed on a tripod of 3 human skulls, under which burns a fire powered by this very powerful mantra, Om Ahung. The skull cup's contents boils into a nectar, whose steam forms offering clouds, which are carried to their recipients by different forms of the Divine Mother emanating from Tromanagmo's heart. Through this practice, there will be 4 feasts to 4 classes of guests. A white feast for the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, our teachers, and the peaceful deities and spirits. A red feast for the Dharma protectors and wrathful deities. A variegated or rainbow feast for the beings of the 6 realms, basically 6 different levels of existence, from the most heavenly deities to the lowest of hells. And a black feast of flesh, blood, and bones for our inner demons and our karmic creditors. Following the feast, we will then honor the 4 classes of guests by offering them our altruistic love, showing the gods and demons and spirits the way to enlightenment, known as bodhicitta, to heal all afflictions and relieve all sufferings. There'll then be a short mantra repetition, some closing benedictions, and a time for some silent meditation to fully integrate the practice. To punctuate certain parts of the meditation, the ritual will be using the mantra Pe, which means crack or boom, and this mantra releases our intentions into reality. And we'll also be using the seed mantras Om, An, Hum, which embodies the power of the Divine Mother in all of her forms. So I invite you to sit or lay down comfortably in Shavasana. Either way, find a comfortable position where your back can be straight. And make any adjustments or micro adjustments that you might need so that you can remain still for the next several minutes. You can certainly move to make yourself more comfortable in the course of the meditation, but try to make yourself so comfortable there be no need to. And I then invite you to close your eyes and breathe deeply. And take a moment to just simply tune in with yourself and pay attention to how you're feeling at this moment. What's happening on an emotional level? How are you feeling right now? What issues in your life are in need of healing or transformation or resolution? Just simply focus on the first thing that comes to you. This will be the best thing to work on this evening. And then I invite you to take it a bit deeper. And where does that issue reside in your physical body? Bring your attention to a place that maybe there's tension, maybe there's physical tension. Maybe it's an area that feels cold or empty or just somewhere that your consciousness is drawn to at the moment. And as you breathe, and as you focus on that bodily region, I invite you to begin to visualize what this issue looks like. It might be a shape or some kind of symbol. But just notice what it looks like. Is it dense? Is it light? What color is it? Something else about that issue. And then I invite you, we're going to take a deep inhale and then an exhale. And with the exhalation, I'm going to invite you to take that issue, bring it out of yourself and imagine it sitting there in front of you a few feet away. So a deep inhalation, then exhale, and just bring it out a few feet in front of you and just look at it from a distance. Let it be a safe, comfortable distance where you can look at it for a little bit in a non-attached manner. And then I invite you to begin to imagine what this issue would look like if it was a living being. If it suddenly turned into something sitting in front of you that's alive. This is the inner demon that you will feed and transform as a part of tonight's meditation. So how big is this demon? What color is it? What do you notice about its skin? Is it skin like we have? Does it have fur or hair? Or feathers or scales? Notice its eyes. What expression does it have on its face? What is its personality like? What mood does it seem to have? Does it make any sounds? And then take a moment and notice any other qualities or features that your demon has. And so now I'm going to invite you to ask this demon 3 different questions and to listen for its response. The first thing I invite you to ask is, what do you want from me? And then just listen for its answer. It may tell you verbally. It may make some kind of gesture. Or the answer may just manifest in your mind. Either way, notice what the answer is to that question. Then I invite you to ask the second question, what do you need from me? And again, listen to its response. And then finally, the third question is, and how will you feel when you get it? And again, listen for its response. And then I invite you to take a deep and clearing breath and just let that image go. Keeping your eyes closed, breathing deeply, and just opening your receptivity to the visualizations, to the sounds, and to the energies of this experience. And let the sounds of the chants and the mantras and the instruments guide your consciousness to where it needs to be. Om Ahum. Om Ahum. Om Ahum. Sangye chodang soki chok nam la. Jangcho badodakni kyap suchi. Dangji jin soki peso nam ki. Drolapan shiasang ye drupa shok pei. The Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Sangha. Until enlightenment we take refuge in you. May we, through the merit of generosity, Achieve Buddhahood to benefit all sentient beings. Pay. 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 Drovasem gentam she deva dang deve. Gyodang den pagyo chik. Drovasam gentam je dung chel dang duk gel. Kigyo dang drel vago chik. Drovasam gentam che dug gel mepe deva. Dampadang mindrel vagochik. Drovasam gentam che neling tiang dang nidang. Drelvatang yamla nepagochik. Pei. May all wandering sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all wandering sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all wandering sentient beings never be separated from supreme joy that is beyond suffering. May all wandering sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion, and sorrows. Pay. 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 Kadam drove don duzok sanghe. Topje del vadrel veying rig se. Rig patro makogir to padrek. Pay. Minam ke melo de bandono. Gyome kyosam gekya yesheki. Benda dutse drusam yige somomahong. Yango pelve kandro drang meki. Tukte konshek zizi dronom la. Pulve jindrup lang dang gundrup sol. Gon poyotin shojing bache sel. Rikdruk di dodin panom semzi. Lenchek don geklajin bulan kor. Kezen vang chung landron nom shing sim. Kezen vang chung long dron nom shing sim. O ma hong pei. To attain perfect Buddhahood, for benefit of beings as vast as the sky, mixed transcendent space and awareness. Our awareness arises in the form of Troma Nagmo. Pay. She severs the skull from our corpses. The skull cup is non-abiding, unborn and beyond conceptualization. On the adamantine tripod of three kayas, inside the bond of wisdom, are the three syllables Om Ahong, which purify, transform, and expand the contents into the nectar of wisdom. Countless dakinis offer this to the honored guests, to those of the three jewels. In return, they bestow on us blessings, empowerments, and enlightened consciousness. It is offered to the protectors, the guests of enlightened qualities, and they shall dispel hindrances by offering it to the beings of the six realms, in the form of whatever they each desire. Let the malice be pacified. It is offering to the obstructing spirits and our karmic creditors, and our karmic debt shall be repaid. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, pay. The fire burns. The skull cup boils. Steam rises, forming white offering clouds of nectar. Dakinis emanate from the heart of the mother, carrying the offerings to the recipients, the Buddhas, and the Bodhisattvas, our teachers, the peaceful deities and benevolent spirits for them. The nectar manifests as puja offerings, gold, silver, jewels, silks, palaces, and healing medicines. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, pay. The fire burns, the skull cup boils. Steam rises, forming red-colored offering clouds. The dakinis carry these offerings to the wrathful gods, the protectors of Dharma, and the directional deities. For them, the offerings manifest as wine, meat, horses, armor, and weapons. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, pay. The fire burns. The skull cup boils. Steam rises, forming rainbow-colored offering clouds, to be carried to the beings of the 6 realms, to those who dwell in the deepest of hells, to the realm of the hungry ghosts, to the realm of the animals, the world of the humans, the world of the jealous gods, and the deities of the heavenly firmament. The offerings manifest as those things each being needs and desires most. By consuming them, the beings of the 6 realms are relieved of their sufferings and attain enlightened consciousness. Here you are invited to visualize yourself receiving the medicines you need most at this time for the healing of body, mind, and spirit. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Pei. Pei. Again our bodies are suddenly reborn, then collapse, falling down dead. With the curved knife in her right hand, Tromanogmo chops our bodies into pieces. The fire burns, the skull cup boils. Steam rises, signaling the demons and malevolent spirits and karmic creditors to gather. Upon our flayed and bloody skins, Tromanogmo heaps our flesh, our blood, our fat, bones, and organs. The demons and spirits feast happily upon our bodies. And again through this feast their sufferings are relieved, their wounds are healed, and their eyes are opened to enlightened consciousness. At this time, you are invited to watch your own personal demons partaking in the feast and being transformed into benevolent light beings. Our enemies become our allies. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Pei. Chodang chopa chopa kien po me. Migme tro del sera parolchin. Magak ro vegetak your metrul. Lamatap chit kam sum yong lano. Dronam nam nyen sang he to pashok. Dronam nam kien sang ge to pashok pei. The weak and feeble remaining guests enjoy the feast remainders and be satisfied. There is nothing to offer, no act, no agents of offering. They are non-referential, unelaborated wisdom. the merit accumulated through this unimpeded display of enchantment, we dedicate to all beings of the three dimensions, that they may obtain the unsurpassable, and may all beings attain omniscient Buddhahood. Pay. Nang drakrik sum la nak joi nang kudang yashe ropa jam lepe zapsang nel yo chon poi nam len la yo me tuk chetig lero chik shuk pe. In the state where the three visions, sound, and awareness are deity's mantra and the subtle being. This is the encompassing display of knowledge and primordial wisdom in the practice of the profound secret great yoga. May the inseparable heart center manifest. May the inseparable heart center manifest. Pay, pay, pay. Benza Krodanyana Kali Bamharini Sahum Peya. 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 I invite you now to visualize the black Dakini Tromanagmo dancing just above your heads. She is surrounded by the participants of the four feasts, including our karmic creditors and our inner demons, now transformed by our offerings into benevolent light beings. With the next breath and the syllable pay, this scene will transform into a sphere of golden light suspended above the crowns of our heads. Pay. Visualize now the golden sphere above you. With the next inhalation and the syllable pay, the sphere will descend through the crown of your heads, through your central channel to rest in your heart center. Pay. I invite you now to rest in a place of stillness and silence, integrating this practice and its effects. Letting this practice truly become a part of you. And so I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation and bringing your awareness back to this time, to this place. Feel the floor beneath you. Feel the clothes that cover you. Feel the temperature of the air upon your skin. Hear the sound of my voice and any other sounds that might be in your room. And then slowly begin to move your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and legs. Maybe give it a little stretch. And if you're lying on your back, I invite you to just very carefully roll over onto one side and just rest on your side for a moment. And then, when you feel ready, engage your arms and slowly raise yourself back into a seated position. And once you're seated, keeping your eyes closed, bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And again, allow yourself to acknowledge that divine presence within yourself, knowing it is there with you always, to lead you, to guide you, to heal you, to teach you. And then slowly opening your eyes, take a moment to give yourself gratitude for taking part in this practice tonight. And namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me. And Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. And thank you so very much. Jai Ma.